tribute to the best fan in the world. Alright. I know that was lame, but TBones would have got a hell of a kick out of that, and you know it. Sorry. Anyways, this is our TBones tribute tank. So this is the process from day one to day end to... This has been a hard video to put together. And thank you for everybody that shared content for us. And I'm sorry if we didn't get you in there because technology, and you know how we are with that. So anyways, check this out. So here it is. The start of this tank's third transformation. This is the 29 gallon, right next to Frank the tank and the Hex. This will be the T-bone, what were we going to call it? The T-bone tiger barb tank or something like that. It's T-bone tank. We'll just go with that. But there it is. It's empty. I got some new substrate to put in it and a new filter for it, and we will get some water back in it and start cycling it again. It's only like the 4th time. What's up, guys? Metalhead Prime here. The first part of, well, I mean, it's going to be the only part. It's the first segment, I guess, of the T-Bones Tiger Barb tank. I don't know why I can't remember Tiger Barb. It's like it's there and then it's not. It's there and then it's not. It's my brain. It's gone. But it's fine. So this is the 29 gallon that we've had forever. This will actually be the 4th changeover for this tank. 4th or 5th changeover for this tank. This used to be salt water, and then it went to fresh, and then it went to empty again, and then it went back to a frog habitat, and then I oopsied with that. So then it went back to fish. And so now, once again, it will remain with fish. Freshwater fish, I guess I should say. But many of you know about T-Bones. This is our memorial tank for him. This is what all the other videos that you're going to see throughout are for. This is all of us kind of paying tribute. So we've already got the gravel out of here. I'm getting rid of all my gravel because I hate gravel. I just want sand. That's it. Don't like gravel anymore. Just not a fan. So, the other issue we had was the Aqueon filter or whatever it was. The housing cracked. It started leaking out. I didn't want to deal with it. I was actually going to give the tank away at some point. Kind of glad I didn't now. So, anyways, we actually... You know me, I like to overdo things. We're going with a Title 55. I know, it's a 29. It'll be fine. Shouldn't be any filtration problems on this tank. So, also, the substrate that we're going to use is Stony River. That's pretty much what I always use, for the most part. Except for that tank, and kind of really wish I did. But I didn't, so we're just going to have to go with it. I also didn't grab anything to help open this, so hopefully that happens and I don't dump sand everywhere. So, the process is simple. Open the bag and dump it in. Now the reason why I like using this sand is, yes, I will get dust, but you don't see it clouding up over the tank like you do with some other ones. So we're just going to push that out and just kind of, there we go. Now, the other thing I need to do is, because we quickly painted the back of this tank and you can see light clean through it, I mean, it just rubs off. It wasn't prepped right. We were in a hurry. We did what we did, okay? Just, it's fine. So before I put water back in this, we're going to spin this whole guy around and touch those spots up Also, for some reason, I decided to paint the side glass. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. We had figure 8 puffers in there and they kept attacking the side glass, so I figured out that if you just painted it, he would quit attacking it. And don't do that. Also, we are going to go with just something to kind of dress it up a little bit. And there we go. I might put some plants in it. I don't know. Maybe the tiger barbs can. I don't really know if they destroy plants. The ones we've had never really went after them, but it is what it is. So, anyways, the next process will be getting the rest of the rocks out. I think I just knocked one in. Maybe. I don't know. We'll spin her around. We'll touch this back end up just to kind of cut down on the brush streaks through there. I'll get that side scraped, and then we'll just fill it back up with water and start the cycle process. But by the end of this video, you'll see a finished product, and it will look way better than this. This looks like a snake terrarium right now. Hey, there's an idea. It's not, but it looks like it. I suppose I could kind of do this so it kind of blends in and looks more natural. Naturalis. Whatever. Don't pay attention to me. 10 hours at work is a long time. So, that's done. The next segment, I'll show you how I set these titles up. This is how I do it. You might have a better way of doing it. And if so, please feel free to comment. But I'll show you how I'll set them up. And I will have this tank fired back up and running, cycled in no time. Besides, I have enough filtration I can kind of rob other tanks and maybe okay. Anyways, we will get the glass cleaned up a little bit. Still fighting salt. And this hasn't had salt in it in 14 years. And I'm still fighting salt. So that's what this buildup up here is. I don't care how much you clean this, it will come back. So, but that's enough of that. Like I said, the next segment will be setting up the Title 55 by CK, or CK. Oh, it's made by CK for Seacom, called Title. You guys all know what this is. I really wish they would fix that. Just give me a door, I can go. I think that's everybody's complaint. Awesome, awesome filter. That is my only complaint about that filter. Hands down, all day long. So, let's keep rolling. All right, welcome back to the next segment. And, okay, we're still on. Good. That's a plus. So, as I stated before, we painted the side of this tank because the puffers I had in it were attacking it. I don't know, they were acting weird. So I figured out if I painted it black, I couldn't see through there and it didn't bother them anymore. So, yeah, that worked until they died. Anyways, so what we're going to do is we're just going to use our handy dandy little scraper here, and we are just going to look how easy that comes off. Probably didn't even need the scraper. I was not expecting it to come off that easy. Now again, you just want to be careful because there is a seal there. But I mean, if you see how easy this stuff peels off, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want to be able to see much of it. And there we go. That's perfect right there like that. So we'll just come and bang that side out a little bit. Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing it here. And you guys get the idea. This is that latex paint. Just that easy. So there you go. We painted this well over a year ago. And it held that good. So there we go. So next, what I want to do is take that very same paint and we'll turn this big guy around. There we go. We're just going to touch up back here. And if I remember right, I think this is what we used. It's Pittsburgh Ultra stuff. I don't know. It's probably not what we used. I can't exactly remember. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. All right. So I will get my mess cleaned up. Get a little stirry stick. We'll stir this up. We'll touch that up. All right. So this paint's not much left in it. So I don't know how good it's going to work. As long as it covers up those streaks, I'm happy. And doesn't make streaks, that would be even better. Looks like it's doing pretty good for the most part. Not too bad for not having the lid closed all the way. So I imagine she's just a wee bit gummy, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these spots touched back up. Spinning around, make sure I don't see light. Try not to stick it directly against the blinds because, you know, somebody would probably shoot me for that one. But if I disappear, then you know why. And we're just going to touch it back up like that. Looks like it's doing what I want it to, so that's a first. All right. Again, doesn't have to be a beautiful paint job. I just want it to cover up spots. It looks like it's doing pretty good at that, so. Then with luck, when I turn this around, it should look a lot better. It's the only bad thing when you don't, you know, pre-treat the surface before you decide to paint on it. This can happen. And I think we were just in a hurry and wanted to get it done. Well, I'm not in too much of a hurry with this particular video, so we still got some time to go. So, you know, some of you may or may not know, but there's going to be a bit of a delay in this video coming out. I mean, by the time you see it, this tank will already be up and running, and by then you may even have life in it. I'm not sure. I won't guarantee that, but it'll at least be up, running, and cycling. I guess I will guarantee. And we're just about there. Got a few. I can see a few bits and pieces of light coming through. So I know if I can see it from that angle, when I turn this around, I'll be able to see it. And that'll bug me. Which is why we're doing this. And these, I don't know if I said this in the past, but Menards has like bags of brushes. Do yourself a favor and don't buy those. Because they're like chopped down really short and they barely work. So I think that's partially why there's a bunch of drag lines on here, because I'm still getting them. And the paint's not exactly great anymore, but that's not the paint's fault. All right. Guess I'm missing out on the perfect opportunity to do my Bob Ross impression. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Okay. I'll never do that again. Sorry. Put a happy little tree right here. And totally messed that up. There are no accidents. All right. Well, I guess if I see a little speck of light, I'm not going to be too aggravated. That part will bug me. I already know it. Just need to have it there too. You know what? You just glob so much paint on it, it can't do it. And fixed. Okay, well, I'm going to say that that's touched back up. So now we're going to let this dry. Play some more footage from some other viewers, some other subscribers. And then we'll get back to the next segment. All right. Well, those are some pretty cool footage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for sending that. We're going on to the next segment here. And this is setting up the Seachay as I destroy half my table. Seachay, Seachem.
Seachem.
Seachem. Seachem. Searching. Seachem destroy.
Sure.
Okay, never mind. It's made by Seachay. I keep getting that screwed up.
Yes.
Anyways, this is a Title 55 that we're going to put on a 29 gallon. Overdoing it. Anyways, we also picked up some stuff from, where'd this come from?
This came from Diego at PetSlatics.com.
All right. Thank you for that. And not only does he have stuff for fish, but he's also got things for dogs, cats, kids, or big kids. Let's see. What all? I mean, look at this. This is calcium chips for snails.
This actually came from, if I'm not mistaken, Crayfish Empire, though. But they're a company that he is tied in with and does sell their products.
And again, that's PetSlatics.com. And they have everything, as the card says, from pet products, from dog, cat, fish, reptiles, small birds, and animals. Small animal and birds. I'm an idiot. But there's also something else you can do if you go to that website. Enter a little promo code in.
Yep. Lady Metalhead 10 at checkout will get you 10% off of your entire order.
Cool. All right. So, we even got... Oh, I thought that was a sticker. That's
No.
okay. Glow-in-the-dark leash for Sophie. Now we'll be able to see her in the dark.
Yeah.
Also, something else that we're going to do is I'm dumping stuff everywhere. PetSlatics started carrying this new Aquachar product. We're going to give it a shot in this tank. This says it treats up to 50 gallons. I'm thinking that's a 29. Probably doesn't need the whole bag, but there's also another card in there from Diego himself. Thank you, by the way. Let's see. There's a little bit of reading to do, but literally that is it. That's short and sweet to the point. That's the way I like it.
Yes.
All right. And it says it recommends rinsing thoroughly before use. However, any residual dust is not harmful. Because I'm guessing it's just charcoal.
Yes.
Let's see. It will float at first, so don't let it fool you. But the way we're going to set this up, it's not going to have a chance. Let's see. Looks like it buffers and stabilizes the pH between 7.5 to 7.7. Oh.
In fresh water.
In fresh water, okay. Or 8.0 to 8.4 in salt. Huh. Oh, that's a different video. So, we'll just use the whole bag. So this will be kind of a testimonial video. This will be the start. I guess what you would say a review.
Yes.
And this basically all it is. It's just a little bag, and then they have a little net bag, whatever you want to call it, to put it in. So we'll do that. Actually, you can do that if you want. And I will bring out the big guns if I don't break it. So many of you know what this is. This is the, I'm going to mess it up. It's the Seacom Tidal 55. Hang on the back filter. I got it right for once. You guys know I'm a huge fan of these. Really versatile. Awesome filters. There's just one drawback, and I really wish they would do something about it. The only complaint I have is this vent right here. If they would just give you a way to close that off, that's really my only complaint. Other than that, they are a good, strong filter.
It really is just little pieces of charcoal. It's very dusty, so if you have allergies, I would be careful about the dust flying up in your nose.
The instructions did say you can rinse it.
But even still, as you're opening it, it is very, very dusty.
If it goes in your tank, though, it's not going to harm anything. And it's going to be a little bit yet before I even have to worry about it harming anything.
Right.
But we'll get to that here in just a minute. As the cat's like
trying to kill herself.
What kittens do.
But it's cool.
They're like Stan Lee. They gotta be in every video.
They have to make an appearance.
What do you call that? A cameo?
Yes.
All right. So you get a nice long cord. And if you ever have to clean these things, well, I mean, you do. But super easy. Pop that off. Boom. Instant access to the motor. You can stick your finger in it for no reason like I just did. Down here you have a vent. I don't know how well we can see that. We're just going to run her wide open for now. And there is also one up here. This one, I have noticed that over time, it will build up some gunk in there and it will make this kind of hard to open. And I'm not sure, there's probably a way to pop it open and clear that out. But it hasn't affected it enough to make me worried about it. So then another cool feature of these things, down here you got these little grooves, and here's your tray. Almost spill proof. Almost. Down here, from the factory, from the rip, you get a sponge like that. In the past, with other ones, especially that one, I have loaded it with a little bit more media. But for the sake of the video on this one, we're not going to worry about that. All right. I kind of want to put that in first because I'm going to let this kind of sit on top of it.
Okay, well, just so you know,
so we're going to just squeeze that little guy in there, crumble him up a little bit, and then we're going to put this right on top of it. Assembly, reversal of disassembly. There's a little lock tab in there. You want to make sure you remember to slide that back before you go to pulling it out of there. Make sure I got it locked. The other thing that I have noticed over time is this little button right here. It's supposed to give you an idea when you need to do some maintenance. It's not extremely reliable. These are all small things. None of which I care about. All right. Then we have our little downspout. There is a certain way this goes on. There's a groove back here with locks or little fingers to drop into, kind of locks it where you want it. So we're just going to do that, and it simply just goes right here. Super simple. You got half the filter assembled already. Now, the reason why I took this off is because this little guy, very cool little feature. You just pop it in there like that and put your cover back on. And this holds the heater. So this is like a pretty cool little self-contained unit. Now, this would have been a great idea to do before I put the media in it. But this is a little backing foot, which is adjustable, and it pops in right here. Somehow. Oh, there went that.
Breaking things.
Well, it wouldn't be me if I didn't.
That's true.
We're just gonna empty that. And grab those. Put you back in there like so. And let's see. Freaking flies. All right. I don't remember if it was easier to put this in first. Possibly. Nope. That's okay. We got her in now. Okay. And there you have it. It's an adjustable foot peg. That way it kind of lets you balance it out. And then we just stick it on there. All right. I am actually going to hold off on that because that is still dry.
Oh,
And I just remembered that.
yeah.
So anyways, the last segment you'll see is this thing up and running. Water in that. And what we're going to do to start it. This is Smart Start Complete. You might have seen this in some other videos that we've made. Really good stuff. I use it more than pretty much all the other brands just because that's the easiest for me to get a hold of. It's about 2 minutes across the street.
Yep.
And this is the brand that they keep there, and they started all their tanks with it, and that would be at my local fish store. So we like to use it here. So anyways, let's see some more footage.
Well, this is my little short clip. Memory of T-bone. Oh, the light's terrible. That's natural for me. Thanks Josh and Jessica for doing this video for T-bones. It's gonna say a lot of things that just don't seem to ever come out right. So just gonna look at the fish in memory of T-bone. I'll have this tank for a long time, remembering T-bone. Thank you guys.
All right, well, that was some more cool stuff, but now we are to my favorite segment. Doesn't matter what size tank it is. It could be big, small, whatever. The fun part is just filling it. I went ahead and installed the hang on the back filter because I'm sure you guys have all seen that done. Got an idea where I'm going to plug everything in. Hopefully that works out okay. No, we're good. But we're going to get this fired up while the kitten destroys everything. I figured good timing, right? So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up. We'll plug everything in, see what we got. And then we're also going to put just some live bacteria in, just some, because I'm not crazy enough to put the whole bottle in a 29-gallon tank. Bad boy's officially off life support. Couple things, I definitely should have cleaned the glass. Probably inside and out would have been probably a good idea. But you can see how clear it is. It didn't get dingy or nasty looking until I poured this in. The whole thing. Because we're going for quick. No, I'll give it all the time it needs, but definitely wanted it to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. So, anyways, that is it for this segment. We've got water in it. She's pumping. She's cycling. She looks fantastic. Once that bacteria seats and everything, I'll be a lot happier. But the next spot will be maybe get some fish in there. So let's go check out some more videos, huh?